Scruffy Hipster's makeover transforms him into a male model. When one barber took on this shaggy hipster makeover challenge, he couldn't have predicted the outcome. But one thing was for sure, the man who walked out of his barbershop was not the same man who walked in. Tyler Fleetwood has seen his fair share of hair disasters over the years. As a matter of fact, many of them have sat in his salon. But with his years of training and techniques, he's managed to do incredible haircuts that have left many folks unrecognizable. Fleetwood didn't know what was going to happen after a strange man walked into his salon. He had taken on a lot of challenges in his life, but had he finally met his match with this particular customer? Wait until you see what this particular customer looked like. He's gone from educating himself to renting booths, commissioning shops, and even developing his own product line. Of course, his biggest accomplishment is the White Stag Barber Corporation in Springfield, Missouri, which he owns. He's no amateur when it comes to hair. He's been in the hairstyling business for 7 years. He wrote on his website, "I have a barber, Cosmo, and instructor's license," and he'll do whatever it takes to please his customers. But this particular client's mane would pose a challenge, to say the least. Since trendy haircuts are Fleetwood's thing, Carrie Connor walked into the White Stag to get a haircut, as he was in desperate need of one. But everyone was stunned by his modern-day caveman appearance. Why was there so much hair? Be more is the philosophy that Fleetwood has adopted for his hair biz. On his website he wrote, "Part of feeling confident, being motivated, and staying ready to take on the world is having a look that kills." But that rule didn't seem to apply to Connor, who seemed to have way more hair that he could handle. Connor had strawberry blonde shoulder-length hair, which was wild like a lion's mane. His mustache and beard were just as bad. They were scraggly looking, which meant that Fleetwood had lots of work to do on his shaggy hipster's makeover. But the end results were about to blow everyone's minds. Despite his hairy appearance, Connor was neither homeless or a hermit living in the woods. He was just a regular guy who woke up one day and decided to become a new man, which was pretty odd for this rebel at heart. Connor and his girlfriend, Kara McConnell, had 3 daughters. But this family man had a rebellious side to him, which kept him super young at heart, but kind of unkempt in the looks department. Eventually, he decided that it was time to become an adult and strive for more. Connor wanted to change for his family, but first, he needed a new look that told the world he took pride in the way he looked, and that he was serious about life. Luckily, he was in the right place. When Fleetwood pulled Connor's hair into a ponytail, he saw how that crazy beard of his was drawing attention away from Connor's gorgeous eyes. But cutting all that facial hair wasn't going to be easy. Folks in White Stag were curious to see where Fleetwood would start first. After all, it was obvious that Connor's hair hadn't been cut in a long time. But Fleetwood's solution was simple, but drastic at the same time. Fleetwood grabbed Connor's ponytail and chopped it off with a pair of scissors. All it took were a few snips. Everyone was shocked to see those golden locks hit the floor, but Connor wasn't. Connor wasn't bothered by the sudden loss of his excess hair, but that's because he knew that Fleetwood was an expert in this field. Now it was time to see if his highly trained hair expert could shape Connor's hair. With half of Connor's hair gone, Fleetwood targeted the rest of his head with precision by shaving the back and sides of his head, but he kept the top longer so he could give him a more modern flair. Connor's beard made him look rugged and masculine, so Fleetwood trimmed his beard in a way that gave him a stronger jawline and brought out his facial features. Now it was just a matter of wrapping things up and revealing the new look. A moisturizing product rehydrated Connor's hair and made it shiny again. Now Fleetwood was ready to swivel the chair around so that everyone could see his latest accomplishment. And everyone was blown away by the transformation. No one recognized Connor. His blue eyes were piercing, his complexion was flawless, and his chiseled cheekbones were more prominent now that his old shaggy look was no more. It was a moment worth savoring. This shaggy hipster's makeover was like a masterpiece. With a couple of snips, Fleetwood had turned Connor into a hot model. This was a historical moment for his business, so Fleetwood took out his camera. Fleetwood posted Connor's video transformation on his Instagram page, Fleetwood the Barber, and it has since gone viral. People from all over the world are praising the incredible haircut, but no one was more impressed than Connor's girlfriend. Connor and his girlfriend Kara were teenage sweethearts. They had their first daughter, Rylene, when they were 18 and 19. Now, they weren't the type of people who ever asked for help, but something happened that forever changed that. Kara wrote on Facebook, "Becoming parents at such a young age, we've had the underlying need to prove to others that we can do this without the help of others. But this is such a special situation, and we are realizing that it truly does take a village sometimes. Thankfully, they've now learned that it's okay to ask for help and it's okay to not be able to do everything on your own. 3 years after his transformation, Connor was in a motorcycle accident on June 16, 2018. He broke his jaw, fractured his left arm, clavicle, and ribs. He also had a collapsed lung, a bruised heart, and cut tendons in his right arm. Connor's road to recovery hasn't been easy. He had to endure several surgeries, which were all successful. And Kara hasn't left his side, but she always knew that Connor was a rebel and a fighter. Kara created a GoFundMe page because she needed help paying Connor's medical bills. When Fleetwood heard of the accident, he reposted Connor's video and asked people to pray while he continues to recover.